Ever meet someone and think, now there's a brain I want to pick? Well, get ready, because we are diving deep into the world of Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, and our source material, his own Wikipedia page.
Straight to the source. I like it.
You know, it's funny, though, going through this, it's not just a dry biography.
Right. You really catch this interesting moment where, like, all of Hinton's work, his whole career, it's kind of bumping up against these big questions about where AI is going.
Totally. And he's the one who, like, built a lot of it.
Yeah.
But then it mentions he starts with a psychology degree, not even computer science, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it really shows you the power of, like, diverse interests, right? Because his fascination with how the mind works that leads him to artificial neural networks, which is how we're trying to make machines think.
Which back then was a little out there.
Yeah.
You know, like trying to build a spaceship before we even, like, fully got how birds flew.
100%. This was pioneering work. And what I find fascinating is that he didn't immediately just go hardcore into computers. He's doing natural sciences, history of art, even philosophy for a bit.
Okay, now I'm picturing him, like, debating Plato one minute and sketching out neural networks the next. But this all leads to backpropagation.
And this is where it gets, like, really cool. Because think about it, for AI to work, you got to teach it somehow. Backpropagation is like giving it a feedback loop. Tries something, gets it wrong, adjusts, tries again. Hinton, along with David Rimmelhart and Ronald J. Williams, they figured out how to make this process really work.
So it's not just building the brain, it's figuring out how to make the brain learn on its own.
Exactly.
Like, we learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
So every time, like, my phone unlocks because it recognizes my face, or I tell whatever my smart speaker to play a song, that's thanks in part to this.
A lot of that, yep. And the thing is, that was just the beginning for Hinton. His page mentions Boltzmann machines, distributed representations.
Those sound pretty intense, even for a deep dive.
Oh, they are. But think of them as, like, different tools in the AI toolbox. Each one is another way to try to crack this puzzle of how to make machines think like humans, or even better.
And Hinton, it seems, had a hand in inventing, like, half that toolbox. But it wasn't all just theoretical, right? He actually put these ideas into practice.
Absolutely.
So we're talking, like, awards, ceremonies, maybe even a little trophy for the mantelpiece.
Oh, definitely. We're talking the big leagues. The Turing Award, which Hinton won in 2018, basically the Nobel Prize of Computer Science. And he shared it with Yoshua Bengio and Jan LeCun, two other, like, absolute giants in AI.
The Wikipedia page calls them the godfathers of deep learning, which, I mean, yeah, it tracks.
Right. It really does. And their work, especially Hinton's, it's had this massive ripple effect on the entire field. It's what's letting AI move past just, like, basic tasks and start doing things we used to think only humans could do.
So is it Hinton I should be thanking for the fact that my music app seems to know what I want to listen to before I do?
Haha, there's a good chance. Yeah, a lot of those really accurate recommendation algorithms, that's deep learning at work. And it's not just music. Think about AI in medicine, in finance, even art. Hinton's influence is everywhere.
It's like he's this AI rock star, but instead of just, you know, playing the hits, he's teaching all these other musicians how to play too. Didn't some of his students become huge names themselves?
Oh, for sure. Ilya Sutskever is a great example. He co-created AlexNet, which completely changed how computers see and understand images. A massive leap for computer vision.
So that's why self-driving cars are a thing now, not just something out of Back to the Future.
Exactly. And that's just one example. Hinton's mentoring, it's created this whole new wave of AI innovators who are now, like, shaping the future of the field.
And it's not like he was just in some lab this whole time. He worked at Google Brain, right?
He did. From 2013 to 2023, Hinton was right there in the thick of it, bringing his expertise to Google's AI team. Which I think shows he wasn't just interested in the theory. He wanted to see how these ideas could actually work in the real world.
Which makes what happened in May of 2023 even crazier.
Right.
He announces he's leaving Google.
Yeah.
Not for another company, not for retirement, but to actually speak out about the dangers of AI, the same tech he helped invent.
It definitely shook things up in the tech world. Like, this is the godfather of AI saying, guys, maybe we need to slow down a little bit.
And he's not exactly whispering it. Wikipedia even mentions him saying that AI could, like, wipe out humanity, which is a little intense.
It definitely got everyone's attention. But it's important to understand, like, the nuance here. Hinton's not saying this is definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
Or that AI is bad inherently. He's just saying the potential is there and we need to be really, really careful.
So it's not just Like robots turning on us like in the movies.
Exactly. It's a lot more complicated than that.
So it's like we're standing on the edge of this like uncharted jungle, and Hinton's waving his hands going, hey, maybe we should bring a map and some bug spray.
Right.
But what does that even look like? What does he think we should actually do about these risks?
Well, one thing he keeps coming back to is regulation. Like, we have rules for almost every powerful technology we've got, right? Hinton's argument is AI shouldn't be any different.
It's not like you can invent, like, nuclear fission and then everyone gets to just build a reactor in their basement.
Exactly. And what's important to remember is these regulations, they're not about stopping innovation. It's about making sure AI is developed responsibly.
Yeah.
That we've got some safeguards to, minimize the downsides.
Is anyone actually doing that, though? Like, I get the arguments, but...
Oh, yeah. The Wikipedia article mentions this California bill. It would require risk assessments for really powerful AI models. So, like, before you even build the thing, you got to show what you're doing to keep it under control.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom. There's hope that we can actually handle this whole, like, AI revolution thing without it all going totally off the rails.
I think so. And Hinton's own story is kind of hopeful, right? He's not some AI-hating hermit hiding from the robots.
Right.
This is someone who's spent his life on this technology, but he's also willing to say, hey, this could go badly if we aren't careful.
Which, I gotta say, is what makes these deep dives so fascinating. We start with a Wikipedia page. Next thing you know, we're talking about the fate of humanity.
It's true. And speaking of connections, did you catch that bit about his family?
Oh, yeah. How could I miss it? His great-great-grandparents.
Yeah.
George Boole, the mathematician who practically invented the basis for computers as we know them, and Mary Everest Boole, another incredible mathematician and educator. Talk about a legacy.
It's almost poetic. This family tied to the power of technology, and now Hinton's carrying the torch into the age of AI. Really makes you think.
It really does. You know, that's what I love about this. We came to learn about Geoffrey Hinton. We ended up with a whole new perspective on AI, the future, and I guess our role in it all. Thanks for diving in with me on this one.
Anytime. It's been fascinating.